and to the very survival of our species on Earth, as the burning of fossil fuels drives climate change. And yet, meanwhile, the motor car has become a symbol of freedom for many people, a symbol which many people aspire to own. I believe it was the scientist Einstein, after living for some years in America, who observed that the only things which are infinite are the universe and man's stupidity. And then he added, and I'm not sure about the universe. So humankind has a huge problem. The challenge of persuading people to dream not of owning and always using a car, but of living in a society in which motor cars are available when they are needed, powered by electricity, but in which people have better alternatives for transporting themselves around. You know, some people say, well, we simply replace all the petrol and diesel cars on the roads with electric models. But come on. Even if we had enough rare earths to make the batteries for so many vehicles, and we do not, the process of building another 1.4 billion motor cars would emit so much carbon that we would all fry before they were ever driven. What we need most is better public transport between and within our cities, car sharing schemes for when a car is needed, but much more active travel. In other words, walking and cycling. And these are things for which we campaign and you campaign, and we are beginning to see progress. You know, in some countries in Europe, in China, in India, in some respects, the tasks are relatively easy, because bicycles were a major means of transport until fairly recently, and now they are popular again. For women, what was first called the freedom machine now once more allows them to travel around quickly and safely at very little cost. For women and men, they are an easy way of getting about in town and of practicing leisure activity in the country. In India, although you've a major, proud history of cycling events like the Tour of Nichiris or Mountain Bike Himalaya, the car culture is still difficult to overcome, and yet even here a transformation is happening. Your government is building fast railway lines linking your major cities. You made a start with light urban railway systems, as you can see in Hyderabad on Sardar Patel Road. There's still a long way to go in terms of getting people to think of bicycles for short distance travel. We need more bicycle parking at metro stations, for example. But we are having an impact. We're acting to limit climate change. To live by the African proverb, which tells us that the best time to plant the tree was 20 years ago, but that the second best time is now. If we're serious about tackling climate change, we have to act fast and in every locality. But it's not rocket science. And when transport accounts for about 1/3 of all the greenhouse gas emissions, and when we know that 2 out of every 3 urban journeys are made for distances of less than 5 kilometers, then the answer is easy. Because currently, more than half of those journeys are made by car or motorcycle, and they could easily be made by bicycle or on foot. Many goods could be delivered by cargo bike. The development of electric bicycles means that age or physical strength are not the problem they used to be. When Ronald